guitarclubuk.com.
Okay, good evening. This is the second session. First one went so well, thought we'd give it another go. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to have a go at the blues licks and things like that. If not, I'm going to do a breakdown of the 5 sort of stages so that you can see where you're at and then you can work through them at your own pace. Try and get you all to the same place. Okay. Anyway, we'll get there when we get there. Let's start with the opening song, which is Country Roads. Just get a track. Here we go. So it's a bit of an intro, 4 bars, and then come in on the singing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is older, older than the trees, younger than the mountain, blowing like a breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, oh mountain mama, take me home, country road. All my memories gather around her, mighty lady, streamed into blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in her eyes. Country road, take me home to the place I was born, West Virginia, oh mountain mama, take me home, country road, country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, oh mountain mama, take me home, country road, take me home, country road. Cool. Okay, fantastic. There's your warm up. So hopefully you're strumming along with that. Great. Right, we've got that out of the way. Now we're going to do the 5 stages of improvising. So I'm going to go through these and then you can work out where you're at, because some of you are getting on better than others with this. And I'll show you what they are. We'll do some examples. Okay. So obviously the first thing is to learn the pentatonic scale, otherwise known as the blues scale. So you need to learn that first, okay, and get it really in your fingers, nice and steady, all right? So that just sounds like this. Okay, so you need to be able to play at that kind of speed, just so that you're fluent with it, okay? Up and down, up and down. So you play that with a backing track. That's the next stage. So let's do that with a backing track. So, gotta get it up. Right, okay. Bear with me, I can't find it now. Right. I haven't got any of the albums, right? Should have it. Please. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have a go at the blues licks. Sorry, rewind. Okay, now we're going to have a go at the blues scale over the backing. Okay, so let's put that on. Okay, now we're going to have a go at the blues scale. Okay, now we're going to have a go at the blues scale over the backing track. Okay, here we go. Okay, great. So that's what you want to do, just play up and down, preferably over the whole thing, just to really get it into your fingers. Okay, so that's the next stage. Okay, so first stage is to learn the scale, and the second stage, play it over the backing track until it's really fluent with it. Okay, so the next stage, which we kind of skip this stage, is to break it up and put pauses in there, which is what you do if you're playing. If you're playing lead, you generally wouldn't play all the time, so you've got to have some gaps in there, but let the music come through. So we do the scale again, but we pause every few notes. Doesn't matter, just play 3 or 4 notes and then pause. Okay, and then come back in again. But still go up and down the scale. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean by that. This is something you can practice. Okay, cool. So you can see from that straight away it sounds like you're playing a solo there, just putting a few breaks in there. And you notice as well, to try and get with it, I'll put a few little extra, like I play one note twice sometimes, that kind of thing. As long as you're going up and down, that's fine. But just pause every 3 or 4 notes and then carry on. And it sounds more like a solo, okay? So that's the next stage. So you learn the scales, you can play it really well. Then you're still playing the scale, but you're breaking it up into little phrases already. Okay, that's a really important part which we skipped over. We went straight to the licks. Okay, so that's something that you really want to work on, just playing the scale but stopping every few notes. Now the next stage is the licks. Okay, so you learn the licks. Okay, I've given you really 8 licks plus 1 turnaround, which you need to learn those in the phrasing that I've done them. So let me put the overdrive on. Okay. I just like them better with the overdrive. Just beefs them up a bit with an overdrive. Okay, so first thing, learn the licks. Okay, so I'm just going to go through them again. You should be getting to recognise them by now. I'll go through them without any backing first of all, so if you're learning them. Okay, so one is the opening lick. So that comes in on the third beat, just before the music starts. You start with that one. So it's, yeah, that's your opening one. Exactly like that. 1, 2, 3. So the time you get the bend in, the music comes in, gives it a bit of oomph. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, lick 2 is a double. We call that a double stop, where you put the finger down on the 2 strings. So you try and maintain that swing all the time. Make it fit that swing. If you go like this, it's not going to fit. That's not going to fit the swing. So learn them well, and then get the swing in there. Okay, that's lick 2. Lick 3 is a nice one. It's straight up from the scale. Okay. So these pulling these faces is optional. Don't have to do that. Okay, so okay, still a swing. 2, 3. Okay, so that will fit perfectly. Lick 4 starts with a bend, a full bend. Now, don't spend too long on the bend, otherwise you'll miss the beat. So 2, 3, 4, just like that. 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. And lick 5 is the one I call the Chuck Berry one, which is, so it's bend. It's a tricky one. Bend. I went through this last time, so I won't show you exactly what I'm doing. So it's bend. Okay, is that quick? 2, 3, 4. So you've got to really practice that one. Bend, and then let go and hit the 2. That's 2 things. Okay, it's a good one. That's number 5. Number 6 is run down the scale. Simple as that. I use that a lot. It's a pretty cool one, that. It works well. 2, 3, 4. You can put anything you like on the end of that. It'll work well. Okay. That's 6. And then 7 is, again, 2 strings. It's the same as the other one. It's the same as lick 4, except you don't have the bend. You have a double stop instead of the bend. So instead of having this one, we've got very similar. Okay, that's 7. Lick number 8 is the one with the skip the string. That's a tricky one. You have to use your first finger on that first note, take it off, and then forget about that, and then treat the other bit as a separate lick. So you're going, then skip the string, third finger, or put the extra note in. That's got, I just did that for fun, that one. And then I think that's the last one, and then you've just got to turn around, get that one as much as you can. Okay, it shows me that you're listening to the track while you're playing. Okay, cool. So that's the stage. So you work on those until you get them sounding just like I played them there. Got to fit to the music, or there's no point. So keep working on those till you get them nice and, you know, smooth like that. Yeah, it's all real confident like that. It's not it's not a slow track. I mean, you've got to have your wits about you, but it's not. You can get a lot quicker than that. So I think it's a kind of a mid speed one. This one, so mid tempo. So now I'm gonna put those tracks into in order, play them in order, and as if it's a solo. So this is what's leading up to. Okay, so let's have a go at that. This would be the next stage. Okay, so let me just get that back to the beginning. Here we go. One, two, three. Good right, early for that. Here we go. Jump out. Good three there. Good one. Turn around. That's 7. Right. Can't get that one in. Have a look at it. Tricky that one. Here we go. And then mix them up. Change them a bit. There you go, cool. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that I couldn't get that one. It's not a good one. That we have to skip a string, but it's good. A bit of fun to practice that one. Okay, great. So really, when you get to that stage, and you can do that and play it like that, and then you can start messing around, mix the order up, play it with different orders, you know, and then start listening to the music. As I noticed there, one of those licks there, I could have played it slightly later, would have come in on the chord change and would have sounded even better. So there's that to think of as well when you get into it. Okay, so really that's all there is to it. And then the final stage is just making up all your own licks, playing licks that you like, or other people show you, and you just collect up low licks. And you know, anything can be a lick. You know, one note. You know, it could be a lick. You know, 2 notes. You know, anything can be a lick if it's a self-contained little unit, a lick. Okay, you can make your own up, and but this is a good starting point because this, you know, put together makes a solo. Okay, so they're the stages. So work out where you're at. If you can't play confidently on the level that you think you're at, go back and do the one previously until you get up to speed, and then keep working on it. And you're trying to build up your dexterity and your speed, so you can play this with confidence. Okay, no point trying to rush and just messing it up. You go back, play. It's best to play something simpler well than to play something tricky badly. All right, so always go back, and then you can move forward that way. Okay, so that brings me on to the next subject, which is recording. Okay, it's very important that you record yourself. 2 main reasons. One, so that you know how you're doing and you can hear yourself back, which is really useful. And the other thing is so that you can put them onto WhatsApp and I can hear you and see how you're doing, and I can give you feedback. So the 2 main reasons, okay? So the methods for recording, okay? Now the simplest method to record yourself is with your mobile phone, okay? And every mobile phone, smartphone type phone anyway, has got a voice recorder, all right? So it's up there. If I put open mine up, there you go. So it's simply just a blank screen with a red dot in the middle. Now the dot is the record button, and then when you finish recording, there'll be a square. You press the square, and it stops recording, and then you just play it back. So I'm going to play something in real time now, and see what it sounds like. Don't forget I'm going through the speaker, so it's a bit loud. All right, here we go. So let's record something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So I've just recorded that. Now wind it back. Let's play it back and see what it sounds like. This is through the speaker, by the way, so I'll see it'll be nice and clear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's nice and loud. Okay, cool. So we've got down a backing track and I played over the top, which is great. Okay, and you can do that at home just using your phone. Ideal if you've got a speaker, you can put it through a Bluetooth speaker, would be brilliant, which is what this is. Put it through a Bluetooth speaker and you get nice volume. And so you've got your normal guitar set up with your amp. So that's one way of recording for your own use, you know, that'll sound good. But if you wanted to get both tracks down together, you would need another device. So you would need either another phone to record the two together, or a tablet, or you could use a PC or something like that. Or even, as long as you've got two devices, even if you had YouTube on your TV and you played this video through your TV, then you could do your amp, play along with that, and use your phone to record. So as long as you've got two devices, one to play the backing track and one to record both of you, then you're away. Okay, that is the best way to do it. There is another way, which is a bit more high tech, but I don't think I've got one on here. There are apps you can get on your phone where they're 4 tracks, so you can download that and you can. They're quite simple to use. Make one track live, do your back in, wind it back, put the next track live, play your lead. That's both together. And then you can export that then into WhatsApp from your phone. That's another way of doing it. But that's if you're going to record your own backing. If you play to a backing track, you need to have the feature where you can download. So it's a bit more complicated to download the MP3 into that device. I'd say the best way, and this is the way most people are doing it, who put the stuff on there. Most of them are using 2 devices. So if you've got, use your partner's phone, whatever. So you've got 2 phones, that's the perfect way. Then you've got your amp playing, you've got the track coming through one. But when you're playing the backing track, make sure it's loud enough. So it's no good having it just on a phone. You'll need a speaker or something, or Bluetooth. It's perfect to get the level up a bit. All right. So that's a little pointer in the right direction. Okay. Email me again if you want clarification, or we can help you out any more with that. But try and look into ways of recording yourself. So that we can hear how you're doing. I really want to hear, even if to start with you just use your memo, and don't worry about the backing track, just so I can see how your scale's coming on. So just use the voice memo on your phone, play that, and then just play the scale. Like that, not like that. Not like that, okay? So just play that so I can hear how you're getting on, all right? Good. Clear as mud. Brilliant. Okay. So I'll leave that with you. Okay, and you've got a lot to get on with. I just want to mention something else as well, because these are quite short actually. But I'm putting all my videos on YouTube, so you can view them there. And I've been sending a link out, so you'll probably only get, as far as I know, you'll only get that one. But if you go to YouTube and you put in the search bar, put my name, Alan Colvin, in the top, and you should get a picture of me coming up with a guitar like this, and click on that, it goes to my channel, and you'll see all the videos for the other clubs as well. So, and you can have a go at some of their stuff if you like. I'm putting on a new song today, a rock and roll song. So If you wanted to have a look at that, you could. That's not going on yet, but it'll be on there Monday. And yeah, have a go at anything on there that you like, but mainly concentrate on the stuff that we're doing, you know, the blues stuff. Because this, I'm really taking my time with this because it is a really important thing. You don't want to glaze over it. Okay, I want to make sure everybody's got this. So I need to hear what you're doing, how you you know, the scales coming on, and how you're doing the licks. All right, listen to the way I play them. Try and copy that. Okay, try and copy the phrasing of them, timing of them. Okay. And the other thing I wanted to mention, when I did that last time, it was an accident really. But when I did it last time, I was playing, when I played the one lick over the whole 12 bars, I was leaving just enough gap for you to come in and play and copy me. So, you know, when I go, there was enough room to go, and then I play another one. So you could put one in between each time if you're quick enough. So you've really got to learn the licks. So it's a good way of judging if you're anywhere near or not yet with the phrasing. Okay, cool. Okay, I think there's plenty there to get on with. Let's play out. As I say, you can view the other videos as well, or go back over the old ones. So that's a good thing about this, you can go back over stuff. All right, we're going to play out now with another country one, Jambalaya on the Bio. Turn that off. Good old Hank Williams classic. Same sort of rhythm, might be a bit quicker this one. Let's have a look. See what tracks I've got. Find my drum tracks. Being funny again. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. This is several drum tracks. That was 130. This is probably a bit quicker. There we go. That's probably. It sounds quick, but it's probably not that bad when they're doing country. Just like that kind of speed. All right, let's go again. Okay, Jambalaya on the Bio. Okay, again, we're doing about 4 bars of intro on this. I'll count you in. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodbye, Joe. We gotta go down the bayou. We gotta go down the Pino and the bayou. My one, sweetest one, the old Mayo. Son of a gun will have me run on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, Philly gumbo. Okay, cool. Well done, everyone. Fantastic. Okay, so I hope that's got you a little bit nearer on the blues stuff. The strumming along's good. just keep that going, one short, one long, and then at the speed we're doing them at, so that's fine, just to warm up. But the main thing's the blues stuff, and so I work your way through the checklist, 5 points, and I think I wrote them down on the email, but if I didn't, there they are there. Oh, back to front. I won't use it on the video. Okay, so yeah, so strum along with the warm up and the play out, and then work on the blues licks again. Okay, I'm taking a bit of time on these, and work through the 5 stages that I've put down there, and you know, don't rush it. Work out where you're at, and if you can't play it with confidence, go back a stage, learn it better before you put the track on, because the tracks do put you off. You know, you've got to be that good to keep up with them. You've got to be really confident. Okay, but you're all doing really well. Fantastic. I'd like to hear how you're doing, so try and get something recorded. Easiest way is using like 2 phones or whatever, but if you're going to use a phone to put a backing track on, you're going to have to put it through some kind of speaker. It won't be loud enough. Okay, try and get the levels nice when you're doing it, so you can hear both. You can hear the guitar as well. Okay, it's all trial and error, but we'll see how we get on. And thanks for tuning in again, and we'll see you next week.
GuitarClubUK.com